Hi, it's Father Barry. On our tape for Day to Day, I recorded this following tape on the wrong day. It's for October 3rd, but we're going to move it to October 5th. Is that all right with you? Okay. So I'm going into Riderwood here at Arbor Ridge, kind of armed for battle with my double mask. And it's a very pleasant little spot over here. As you can see, just the beauty of nature out here. And we got ourselves a nice little fountain there. You can see they have a lot of flowers and things around. And I'll be going inside here, the entrance soon. And everything's it's very architecturally pleasant here. So I thought I'd just give you a heads up that this tape you're going to next see might be out of sequence, but it's still content that's worthwhile seeing. Bye. Hi, this is Monday, October 3rd. I'm shooting in my backyard. I'm shooting into my car window and I get a reflection back. The only thing is, you can see the phone in my hand. So on this Monday, we're going to do Day to Day with St. Joseph and a reflection from his saint. So I was over in the Diocese of Wilmington last week, and St. Francis de Sales is the patron saint of that diocese. Ours is Matthew. And how does Francis de Sales describe Joseph? He describes him like a palm tree, for it exercises humility in the hiddenness of its blossoms. Whereas most other trees surge forth in color and wondrous bloom in the spring, the virtuous palm hides its flowers in the sheath of humility, bringing forth its blossoms only once the intense heat of the sun makes the sheath burst and the flowers spring forth. So does the just soul, like St. Joseph, keep its flowers of virtue concealed until our Lord makes them burst. This tree of humility also exhibits constancy and valor by remaining nobly upstanding, regardless of what might threaten to burden it, and by bearing sword-shaped leaves, as if always ready to manfully fight against its enemies. St. Joseph is said to resemble the palm tree, for he was always very valiant, constant, and persevering. Strength makes a man powerfully resist the attacks of his enemies, but valor is a virtue which makes him not only keep himself in readiness to fight or to resist when the occasion presents itself, but to attack the enemy even when he is quiet. It is here that we see the development of that awe-inspiring title of St. Joseph, the terror of demons. Next, let's explore Joseph being humble and letting Mary have her choice. You know, Mary gets visited by the angel Gabriel. Gabriel comes to her. There's something kind of understood in the meeting that Joseph doesn't have to be included in this. That Gabriel speaks to Mary, asks for her word, her acceptance, and then Mary gives her word of acceptance to Gabriel. And Mary at that time was engaged, betrothed to Joseph, but not living with him. I find it something about Joseph's humility that he would leave a decision like this to Mary, that they had a trustful relationship. And he's humble in letting her, have her full choice as a woman. And this is a choice of a woman to bear a child that doesn't have anything of Joseph in the seed. Mary asks, how can this be? But once it is seen that it is not Joseph's child, that this is an immediate thing and needing immediate response, Mary says yes. Joseph isn't in the scene, but I find there's something humble about it, again, about Joseph. And he would have stood by Mary's decision for herself. This is for her conceiving a child in her body. And it is such a mysterious thing. Joseph will get the word later, but God chose to do this way. But Joseph is a humble man. He will let this decision stand, and when he does find out, he respects Mary. Now Joseph is decent after the announcement to Mary, and he doesn't get the explanation. He's decent. If you remember 4 months ago, we did a whole show on this, that Joseph really had 3 options if you consider him a man of faith. One is he just started responding legally, that Mary, the worst that could happen is Mary could be stoned to death. So he's trying to respond legally and dismiss her quietly. Okay? But he believes her. Joseph believes her. But still, they got to do something so that she doesn't have these consequences come down on her. You know how quick the religious people at that time were to judge, and the law can be cruel. Then the second thing is dismiss her quietly so that he can raise the child. He wants to dismiss her quietly to raise the child. So he's humble in that, okay, if people think that I am the father and that we, did this ahead of time in our betrothal, and there's that shame or embarrassment, Joseph's willing to take it on because he loves Mary so much. And he believes her again. So he's humble. The third way, okay, and Joseph is humble in this way too, is that he doesn't think he's worthy to be the mother, to be in this situation. He doesn't think he's worthy. He believes Mary. She's having a child. She's being a little mysterious about it. And he knows that something big is going on. He doesn't know what it is. Later, when it gets revealed to him, in the angel's time and God's time, then it's like the mother of the Messiah. Now I'm sure I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy to be raising the Messiah or caring for his mother. But indeed God thought he was. Perhaps it really was understood between them the certain things they needed to decide with God on their own. They're both getting married to become one, but there are decisions also to make for Joseph in this union and for Mary, and they're not together yet, and there's things to be decided. And they both, according to some medieval theologians, both seem to have a virginal plan ahead in marriage. So that's mysterious. But then with this child coming, behold, a virgin shall conceive, and he shall be Emmanuel, God with us. The Messiah coming, according to that prophecy, fits in. And so therefore Mary can choose on her own to say yes. It's part of her own call to God. But of her own call, Joseph and all the rest of us would say, Mary, say yes. Mary, say yes to this wonderful offer to the human race. St. Bernard once said in a sermon about Mary's cooperation being sought and awaited, on your response depends the salvation of all the children of Adam, all your race. Answer quickly, O Virgin. Lady, say the word for which heaven and earth are waiting. Well, Mary doesn't delay. She doesn't even wait to be asked. History's pivotal conversation ends with her obedient, eager fiat. Yes. Hey, when I say this is a reflection, it really is a reflection. I'm shooting into a mirror. You see? I'm shooting into a mirror, my reflection as a reflection. And I'm looking at Joseph being humble, and I'm looking at decisions he's going to make, and maybe an example for man today to make. And I think this is a two-parter. We're gonna go for a second day on our schedule. Okay, we're gonna do the 3rd and the 4th. Monday the 3rd and Tuesday the 4th, Francis's feast day. We're gonna do 2. Okay, you got time? If not, you can just stop it halfway and play the rest tomorrow. Well, let's take a vote here. Who, you see it's an owl, who would like to just stop today and we'll pick it up tomorrow? And who wants to keep going? You want me to keep going? Okay, I won't. You want me to start tomorrow? Okay, we'll pick this up tomorrow on Tuesday. This is Father Barry, Day to Day with St. Joseph.